I was just sitting on my couch playing some games and then suddenly I realized what a crazy year 2021 was. Think about it, we got so many banger games, but what is crazier is that it's the year with the most 9 out of 10s for me. My top 8 games of 2021 have been all 9 out of 10. I usually have a 9.5 or a 10 each year, but strangely 2021 was that year. All of the 9 out of 10 games were on par with each other in quality. I want to talk about these games as some of them deserve way more recognition. In no particular order, let's begin talking about these games. I believe Returnal is one of the most underrated games on the PS5 and this generation. It is brilliant from top to bottom. Developed by Housemarque, this sci-fi action roguelike delivered on all fronts. I was very late to the party, but once I played it this year, man, I felt bad for not giving this game a proper chance before. The action is smooth and fluid with many guns and upgrades to find. But because it's a roguelike, your loadout will change every run. The upgrades and how these weapons connect to the world around is well crafted. The story in this game felt a little simple until the end, where everything ties back together nicely. That would be my biggest issue for the game, but apart from that, I love this game. I still go back and play here and there. The bosses are cool and learning their attack pattern rewards you a lot. I can't stress enough how well made the combat is. If you want a more in-depth video of the game, then I recommend you checking my review of it. Hitman is a series that I have played and enjoyed since I was a kid. From Blood Money up until Hitman 3, I have played them all. So when I saw Hitman getting announced at the PlayStation Showcase with a release date of 2021, I was over the moon. I played and finished in like 2 days and it is such a great game. The level designs are so well thought, the options you have for assassination is just crazy. The end level with the moving train still remains as one of my favorite levels in a video game. Any level set in a moving train in snowy environment automatically will get bonus points. I think that's why I love Uncharted 2 so much. The endgame for this game is good too, as the game has so many content with regular missions and contracts. It is such a playable game, but I gotta say, like Returnal, it was lacking in the story side for me. They could have done more, but still, it is the most 9 out of 10 you can find. I'm so excited for what IO Interactive will do with their upcoming James Bond game. I love Resident Evil games, and especially the newer ones. So when Resident Evil Village was announced in a PlayStation Showcase like Hitman 3, I was just buzzing with excitement. The snowy setting and what looked like a werewolf in the trailer was new to the series. I have played the modern RE games like 2 and 3 Remake and 7, so I just couldn't wait to play it. Then it released, the first next generation RE game with the beautiful RE engine. And wow, such an awesome fucking horror game. I think this is one of the most underrated RE games as it doesn't get talked about as much as I have hoped. It's scary, badass and funny at times. The game definitely takes inspiration from RE4 with the whole village and the biomes in that village. Each location was unique to itself. The main village area is like your hub, and then 4 smaller areas would connect from the village, with each area having its unique tone and boss. The story is just ridiculous, but it worked for me. Not seeing the main character was a creative choice that once again I liked. Even if we didn't see him much, Ethan got more character development and personality. I love how the game has different tones. You will go from fighting vampires in a castle to fighting mechanically enhanced enemies in a steampunk horror atmosphere to a whatever the fuck this is chasing you. I love this game so much. I just wished a couple of locations and some bosses had more development. That would be my only gripe, as I wanted to be invested in these characters more because I was immersed into this world a lot. But still, this is a great game and it is my personal game of the year of 2021. I played It Takes Two right after seeing it win Game of the Year at the 2022 Game Awards. I was honestly surprised that a game like this won Game of the Year because they usually go for the bigger games. After playing it, I can see why. This is such a delight to play. So fun in all aspects. I finished it twice and still want to play it again. The co-op gameplay mechanics are well made with engaging set pieces thrown into the mix. I was shocked how each level had its own unique gameplay mechanics. It never overstayed its welcome and felt fresh every time. The story is a heartfelt one, with characters being lovable. The studio, Hazelight, knows how to craft co-op games and they mastered it. I really recommend you playing It Takes Two and their previous game A Way Out. Some levels did drag out a bit, but still this was a great time and I cannot wait to play their next game, Split Fiction. Guardians of the Galaxy was the biggest surprise in this console generation for me because I thought it would be a bad boring game after playing Avengers. They were both published by Square Enix, so I had no hope for the game, but boy was I wrong. This game was very surprisingly great. I was shocked when I rolled credits because of how much I loved playing this game, and more importantly how invested in the characters and the story I was. The character dynamics and the relationships between them are some of the best. It actually rivaled the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Without spoiling, where the story goes is actually really cool and the game features some interesting characters. The gameplay was very solid as well. It had depth, felt right to play, and the way they integrated other characters in combat really impressed me. I just had a great time playing this game and it is a hidden gem of this generation. It's the most perfect example of a 9 out of 10 game.
That was for last time.
Okay, I'm going to cheat here. I know Hades was released in 2020, but I personally count 2021 as the year of its release because that's when it came to PlayStation 4 and that's the year I played it. Plus, it gives me a reason to talk about this awesome game. From the moment I picked it up, I was completely addicted to this roguelike masterpiece. I just couldn't stop playing, almost every night for 3 straight months. I would do at least 2 or 3 runs, sometimes more if I had the time. There was something so incredibly satisfying about the gameplay loop. Every attempt felt rewarding, even in failure. Like Returnal, I absolutely loved the combat. It was fast, fluid, and had the perfect level of responsiveness that made every move feel impactful. However, what truly sold me on Hades was its stunning art style and overall presentation. The game oozes with style in a way that feels cool and undeniably badass. From the vibrant character designs to the bold comic book inspired visuals. Every detail from the animation to the voice acting was dripping with personality. The difficulty could get frustrating at times. Certain bosses had me cursing at my screen more times than I would like to admit. And despite my love for the game, I did eventually hit a wall where the repetition started to wear on me. Still, even with those minor gripes, Hades remains one of the most addictive and stylish games I have ever played. Forza Horizon 5 was an absolute thrill ride from the moment I hit the gas. The massive, beautiful crafted open world of Mexico felt alive with its stunning landscapes ranging from dense jungles and deserts to vibrant cities and breathtaking coastlines. The level of detail in the cars was just incredible, and the handling felt arcade-like but still with enough depth to keep things interesting. I wish I spent countless hours racing and exploring, but with the time I had put into the game, I just cruised around and soaked in the atmosphere. The seasonal changes and the dynamic weather added another layer of excitement, making every race feel fresh and unpredictable. However, despite of how much I enjoyed the game, the repetitive challenges made it feel like I was grinding rather than just enjoying the drive. Still, Forza Horizon 5 delivers some of the most fun I've ever had in a racing open world game, and few games can match the joy of tearing through the Mexican countryside in a slick supercar. I saw how impressive Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart looked after watching the trailers. The way it utilized the PS5 lightning-fast SSD to transition between roles seamlessly was mind-blowing at the time, and I couldn't wait to experience it myself. With all that excitement, I decided to go back and play the 2016 Ratchet & Clank game, which was actually my first game in the series. To my surprise, it was really good. The game was charming, fun, and had engaging gameplay, but Rift Apart, man, that was on another level. From start to finish, I was having an absolute blast. The game delivered that classic old-school platforming action I had been craving, with stunning visuals, tight controls, and an arsenal of wacky over-the-top weapons that made every combat encounter a pure joy. But I couldn't shake the feeling that it had played things a bit too safe. The story was fun but kinda predictable, and while the dimension hopping mechanics was cool, I wish they pushed it even further in terms of gameplay variety. But still, Rift Apart was an incredible experience, and at the time it was exactly what I needed, a pure, polished and highly entertaining action platformer. So, these are the 8 games from 2021 I gave 9 out of 10s to. I just felt like every other game I played from that year was a solid 9, and it just stood out to me. I guess this was a chance to talk about some games that I just love. They are all quality experiences that I would recommend any gamer to play or at least try. Like I mentioned, Resident Evil Village was my game of the year from that year, but Returnal, It Takes Two and Guardians of the Galaxy came real close taking that number 1 spot. We were very lucky to have this many underrated gems at the start of the current generation consoles. Let me know down below, what games did you like from 2021? Was there a year that you thought to yourself, wow, I gave a lot of 9 out of 10s and any could be my game of the year? I would love to see your replies, and with that, I'll see everyone on the next video.